This is Tommy, and this is Daniela. Tommy and Daniela grew up in the same neighborhood and are good friends for their shared love of sports, board games, and books. It was both of their dreams to attend the University of Waterloo. However, when they entered high school, the two of them began drifting apart.
Tommy became the captain of his school's chess team and made friends with many hard-working students. His goal was to work hard and hope to be admitted to his dream program.
Daniela, on the other hand, became acquainted with friends for their shared love of shopping, partying, and not so good things. School became secondary on her list, and popularity was her main concern.
At this point, Tommy was a well-recognized honor roll student with a consistent A average, while Daniela, let's just say she's not doing so well. In fact, she's even failed a couple of her courses.
Tommy has tried to convince Daniela many times to work harder, but it just didn't seem to work. Not only was Tommy not able to convince Daniela to work harder, he stopped seeing Daniela in school at all.
Fast forward to senior year. Tommy has just received his offer of admission to his dream program at the University of Waterloo. Delighted, he decided to check up on Daniela and share the good news. To his surprise, Daniela has also received the same offer.
Tommy was confused and conflicted because he knew that with Daniela's grades, it couldn't have been possible to be admitted to the same program as him. He later found out that Daniela had switched to a private school, where the curriculum was much easier and the grades were much higher. Tommy felt very bitter about the situation.
This is one example of injustice, an injustice in the educational system. In fact, it has become more than just injustice. It is a serious problem. So many hardworking students discouraged by the fact that the lazy students just purchase their grades. Is it just that Daniela puts in 5 times less work than Tommy, but Daniela gets accepted to the same university? The Star, one of Canada's largest newspapers, even did a study and made an article regarding this educational injustice. Since 2009, the Ministry of Education has received dozens of complaints about private schools inflating marks. At least 3 were about TCI, a school in the GTA. A testimonial from one student who attended a private school said,
"My final mark defied mathematical logic. Going into my final exam, I had a middling 60% average. I was told that my final exam would be worth 30% of my overall grade. That means the highest mark I could hope for was a 72, but I would have to get a perfect score on my final exam. I did not score perfect on my final exam. Yet, I wind up receiving a final chemistry mark of 72% anyways. And then, the teacher arbitrarily boosted that by another 13%. My final grade? 85%.
Does this sound just for the hardworking students like Tommy? Even though this injustice is truly apparent in Tommy's present high school life, good students like him don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, the justice. And our story now continues.
First day of class. Tommy spots Daniela in one of his lectures as she arrives late. Excited, Tommy waves to her and signals her to sit in the seat next to him. Fully immersed in her phone, she ignores him and goes straight to the back corner of the classroom. That was the last time Tommy had seen Daniela in class.
Fast forward to graduation day. Tommy had just graduated at the top of his class and received multiple offers of employment for the days to come. At this point, Tommy remembers his childhood friend Daniela. As he decides to bid her congratulations, she was nowhere to be found.
Justice has finally arrived. Since Tommy developed such good work ethics during high school, he was able to overcome adversity faced in university and was rewarded with good full-time placement. Daniela, on the other hand, well, she didn't fare so well.
We, as students, may relate to this feeling of temporary injustice in the education system. At first, it may seem as if the injustice is reoccurring over and over, but in the end, justice eventually prevails.
Free created using Powtoon.